6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is good, everyone? It is your boy Politicking Hot alongside my guys, Mr. Moya Fit Chris Wilson, Mr. Rich Michaels, Mr. Joy Woods will be joining us this evening, but we are still Steps coming to you live on a beautiful Friday evening, courtesy of All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
Like my birds, we keep on pushing.
We got some hoopers on the team too. If I don't know if you saw earlier today.
Yeah, alley-oop. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that old movie, White Man Can't Jump? Don't say that to Cooper DeJean.
Billy Hoyle.
Don't say that to him.
No way.
Crazy. Mr. Rich Michaels, how you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I'm happy that we got that 3-day weekend. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. I'm just looking forward to a couple days of rest and relaxation. Hopefully everybody can have off too on Memorial Day.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to everyone that observed the holiday. We appreciate those in service. 3-day weekend coming up. We got a lot of turnbuckle talk that need to be discussed with this action-packed Memorial Day weekend. We'll be talking about AEW Double or Nothing, along with NXT Battleground going down on Sunday. We also have WWE Saturday Night's main event going down tomorrow. So, definitely a lot of turnbuckle talk that need to get discussed tonight. But first things first, we need to talk about, what has transpired over the last 24 hours. And speaking of WrestleMania 42, no longer taking place in New Orleans. By the way, I take pride in this graphic, putting the
about to say
on there.
Nice one.
WrestleMania 42, was originally scheduled to take place on April 11th and 12th in 2026 at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. However, it just came down yesterday that the event would no longer take place. And, of a surprise announcement, there are reports, indicating that Las Vegas are now the leading candidates to host WrestleMania 42, which will mark the first time a city has ever hosted the event for 2 consecutive years. This decision, comes on the heels of the success, allegedly, of WrestleMania 41. I think that could be debatable. As much as we talked about 41 and how all the tickets weren't selling like it did for 40, but somehow it was the most financially successful event in WWE history. I did see a couple of things. Browsing the internet before we jumped on, and according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, he said that WWE are encountering 2 major hurdles that could prevent them from holding WrestleMania in the Sin City next year. First being noted that there's a concert that's actually set to take place at Allegiant Stadium over the scheduled weekend for WrestleMania 42, the weekend of the 11th and 12th. So apparently that move, may cause them to be able to move in and set up on time. By the venue being limited. And according to what he's saying, that the promoters for this particular concert, they're not willing to negotiate as far as being able to move the date. So apparently that's one hurdle that WWE may be filling, as far as making this move back to Vegas. And also too, there is also limited space as far as the convention center, where like a lot of the fan access events transpire over the course of the week. But apparently, there's also something going on there, which could move them either to another convention center. I think what was brought to the attention of the Mandalay Bay being an option for where they can host like events, but apparently whoever else that's having an event going down this particular weekend, they too aren't budging as far as moving their date. So looks like there are some hurdles, and also too there still haven't been a legit response, indicating that it will in fact go down in Vegas. But it does seem like everything, all hands on deck are reporting for Vegas to be the next destination. So
did they say why they pulled it out of New Orleans? Was there any reason as to why?
yeah, they did. They hadn't gone into any specifics as far as why they pulled it from New Orleans, but they try to play the damage control, which actually about 2 hours ago, Triple H jumped online and he announced that Money in the Bank would now take place in New Orleans Saturday, August 29th, 2026. As far as with them no longer receiving WrestleMania next year. So yeah, they hadn't gone into any specifics as far as why they pulled it, but I'm pretty sure we'll probably hear more detail in regards to the move and
Sure
why they're doing everything sometime soon. So, but Rich, I'm gonna kick it to you. Where were you when you heard the announcement, and what was the first thoughts that went through your mind, and what are you feeling about Vegas once again having the possible opportunity to have WrestleMania again for a second consecutive year?
I'm well, when I heard the news, it was in the group text. We were all talking to each other, and I just to say that they pulled it was like, all right, well, that was kind of shocking or whatever for whatever reason. But then there was a lot of talk about Vegas, and as the day went on, the talk became louder and louder. And I got to be honest with you, having another WrestleMania in Vegas, I mean, they could say it was the most profitable, but when a ringside seat is 10, 20 grand a ticket, yeah, I could see you saying it's profitable, but I know that there was still tickets that weren't sold. The prices were ridiculous. And unless they lower the prices, I don't see the turnout being bigger and better in Vegas next year. That's just my opinion. I'd like to see them go into somewhere that hasn't had the venue, or
Right.
bring it back to good old Philly. 40 was great. I may be biased, but
No, I'm with you. Look, once they announced that it was pulled from New Orleans, I started to think, because there was that alleged false report from the governor saying that WrestleMania was coming back, the following year. And I'm like, wait, like what does he know that we don't know? But then
right.
they ended up announcing New Orleans being the destination for 2026. But once I got pulled, I'm like, wait a minute, like, was he on to something?
Yeah.
but then I started seeing little notes, saying that they could have they could potentially go outside of the US. So I started thinking London, because I think like the UK was like one of the next international markets. They were considering hosting a WrestleMania at some point. So I was thinking maybe that was going to be the destination, but then somehow good old Vegas, they're saying that the TKO headquarters are also in Vegas. So it's like, it's a win-win for them. But
Yeah,
me
I'm not happy
personally,
about it.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
wouldn't
And it seemed like there were a lot of mixed reviews online about the um possible move of WrestleMania going to Vegas again. But yeah, we shall see. Again, like, still no formal announcement that Vegas is in fact the location, but we'll find out. But Chris, your thoughts on the whole situation, Mania being pulled and Vegas potentially hosting it for a second consecutive year.
First thing I want to know, like, what actually happened with New Orleans? Like, is it something with the government, something like they just said like after reviewing it, like we just can't host that type of event right now next year for whatever reasons. Maybe it's something that potentially is going on that as far as buildings and codes and permits that will factor in to where they can't do it. We just don't know.
Right.
But also with the whole of that Vegas again, yeah, with that most financially lucrative WrestleMania, like they say that shit every year. It seems like these days it's just like almost every event. Honestly, that's a big TKO thing. They love to like every single event to be like, yeah, this was the most lucrative. We had the biggest opening gate. And the history is like I said it for every single event. Like, and once again, if you upcharging ticket sales on every single event, yeah, it's the most lucrative one. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, because you're adding $5,000 to every freaking ticket. You know, so but doesn't mean the event was a sellout. Like I said, even financially, WrestleMania, if it was successful as they said it was, like are the people who did that for this year, 2025, are they willing to do that again next year, 2026? It's like this because I don't care. They say, well, if they got the money to do it, that means they'll have the money to do it again next year. That's not true. It's like you don't know what's happening in life. You don't know they probably saved up their damn near life savings for this moment right there, and just to hear once again, all right, we're gonna do it again next year. It's just like I don't know if I can do that again, bro. I ain't got it. So it's like that was a big thing for us. Like we got spoiled by WrestleMania being in Philly in 2024. And it was an amazing WrestleMania, just the whole weekend and how everything played out. But it's like we were thinking they were come back to Philly, but how they was talking, they was going to spin the block, come back to Philly like within the next year or two.
Right.
So when they reset Vegas, I'm like, all right, I get Vegas. The weather is going to be nice. Big market for like entertainment and stuff like that. Once again, if you spend all those thousands of dollars on tickets, flights, hotel stays, you got to eat, all that stuff. Like, are you going to have enough money to actually enjoy Vegas outside of wrestling also? It's like, I don't know. So it's very interesting that they said Vegas is potentially the next stop for WrestleMania again and for maybe even a foreseeable future, more dates for it. Like, it's weird, but I don't know, man. This sounds like a TKO written all over it. Because that was a big thing about WrestleMania. Like, it was on something. Where is it going to be next year? You know, it was like, where is it going to be next year? And if you're going to do this, but we're just going to ride out Vegas for the foreseeable future. It's like, no, it's not as attractive as they think it is.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. You know, was listening on Busted Open earlier today, and was just listening to, you know, several fans that were calling in more specifically of like those that were from the New Orleans area who were really banking on WrestleMania coming to town and taking advantage of, you know, not having to really hash out a lot of cash, you know, from the you know, economic level, because like, hey, it's in their backyard, you know, they're able to, you know, be at home and be able to attend the event. So, and you know, it's crazy because like, you know, some fans were voicing their frustrations. Like, I was purchasing tickets, you know, me for my children, and now, like, I gotta, you know, I mean, I was potentially saving to buy the tickets, but now, like, they're not coming. So it's like, do I wait for money in the bank to come, or you know, because now, like, you know, my kids think they're in the process of going to WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and now it's no longer in, you know what I mean, no longer in town. Like, you know, like explain it to them now, like, hey, it's going to be in Vegas and we ain't going to Vegas. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like that's the, you know, the suck part about things. But you know, it's crazy because, you know, just like going through Twitter yesterday and today, like, it's really a lot of mixed reactions about them, you know what I mean, going back to Vegas. And like, you know, some are for it, you know, but you know, there are some that's like they just not feeling it at all.
Yeah, man. I've been to Vegas twice, just on some personal social stuff. Like I've been to Vegas twice. So it's not like I person who's never been to Vegas is just like, oh man, Vegas suck or Vegas overrated. But I'm not saying Vegas is overrated or anything like that, but I am saying you're over it pretty quickly. I'll tell you that right now. It's like once you're there more than like 2 days, the glamour of it goes pretty quickly because it's like you know what it is now. Like you experienced it. You've been to the area like this. In Vegas is all about the strip, to be honest. Like there's nothing outside because it's desert. It's nothing outside of Vegas. It's all desert. So it's all about the strip. But it's like unless you're a big gambling person, like gambling is your thing, like then you're in heaven, you know, because you're like you have everything to your disposal. You know, you do it all night. If you're out of towner, yeah, it's going to the bright lights and all the stuff that goes on outside the strip and all this. Like, yeah, it's going to be very enticing and entertaining. But like I said, it goes. I'm dead serious. Both like it goes away pretty fast. You will enjoy it if you with the right crowd, you have the right mindset. You will enjoy it. I'm serious. After a couple of days, it's kind of like, all right, yeah, I'm ready to go back home now. Like seriously, I'm not talking. It's not shit on Vegas. I know it sounds like what we do here. We don't shit on other cities.
No, that's y'all. That ain't me. That's y'all.
I would never shit on any city. I don't. That shit Dallas. Dallas sucks. What's his name? Besides that, like this, like it's like I said, it'll be cool. Don't get me wrong. When you're near, it'll be cool. The whole WrestleMania feel, being in Vegas, that together, business wise, for aesthetic wise, makes sense because it's WrestleMania and it's Las Vegas. I absolutely get the aesthetics of it being just like a wow thing, like oh my god, look at it, I'm on WrestleMania in Vegas. I get that, but it's like, but I was saying, I'm dead serious. When you look at your bank account, when it's all said and done, you will kind of get a little like, oh man, was that worth it? Like some would say yes, some would say, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do that again. I'm dead serious. I bet you people's reaction is gonna be, I enjoyed the shit out of WrestleMania. I enjoyed the shit out of the weekend. Everything was great. Will I do it again? I don't know.
Yeah. No,
chances are them tickets may be more expensive next year.
Right. And I know of two people that actually did go to Vegas, and like they said it was cool. When it's funny that this is all happening, like, and I just saw them maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, would you do it again? And they was like, yeah, they were all on the fence of it. But like, yeah, what would you say would be like the grace period of stay? Like, you know, staying in Vegas, like not in a WrestleMania element, just in general, because I still have yet to go to Vegas. So honestly, I'm a little happy that it's actually going back to Vegas because I do want to go to Vegas.
Like, I've been to Vegas twice. So like I'm a person who's been to Vegas. And enjoyed both times I went. I went one time. I've experienced it in two different views. I've been there as a single person, like, you know, being single, just going with the boys, the fellas,
right.
Guys trip, had a blast, had a ball.
I mean, like what would you say? Like, what would be like the grace period to stay?
Honestly, so after 3 days, you're kind of over it. So I would say so if you go on a Thursday, by Sunday, you are definitely ready to go home.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I give you 3 to 4 days most in Vegas, but after that, you don't. I'm guarantee you don't care about spending a whole week in Vegas. You would not.
I don't know if I strike it rich. Well, no. Look, I strike it rich. I'll be out right out. I'm like, all right, yeah, we out.
Like, yeah, as this says, after the third day, going to the fourth, you're like, all right, because I'm trying to tell you, Vegas is just a strip of hotels and stuff like that. But it's all kind of the same stuff, just different atmosphere.
Right.
So after that, you kind of like, all right, I kind of pretty much did everything, so I'm ready to go home now.
Interesting. I like it. Rich, you been to Vegas before?
No, I've never been to Vegas. Always wanted to go to Vegas. Never been there though. You know, I would go probably if they had it there next year. Even though I'm saying I'm not a big fan of it. Just to if I had the money and the means. See, that's the whole thing too. It's an expensive trip. Going East Coast, West Coast, going to Vegas, staying there, and especially if you're going to stay there the whole week.
Right.
No, but I haven't been there. I would like to go at one point though.
Yeah, you enjoy it. Like I was like say, if anybody who's to go to Vegas, I think you enjoy it. Like I'm not saying you won't. Like I said, I've been there twice. And I enjoyed it both times. I've been two different views of being single. Then second time I went, I was with my wife. So it was like I still enjoyed it because it wasn't more about partying. It was like just actually experiencing Vegas on honestly a little bit of an older, mature level. Like we did shows when helicopter rides, all that. Went to Grand Canyon. Like all that stuff was cool. Once again, after you done it like this, when you get to that third day, it's kind of like, yeah, ready to go back home now.
You ain't hit no slots, you ain't hit no tables, nothing.
About to say, especially if you ain't winning no money. If you ain't winning no money, you definitely ready to go home. It's
Right.
like, all right. I'm not a big. It's funny enough. Like I'm like, so everybody knows I'm a personal trainer, but also have I do a second job as an online dealer. Like, but yet I do not gamble. I'm not a big gambler. I hate losing money. Only thing I sports bet here and there. Even then, I'm like kind of like, oh shit. Like the aspect of losing money just makes me cringe. I'm like, So I get the gambler's rush though. I have gotten that. I see how people fall into that trap very quickly.
Don't do it, my brother.
Yeah, so it's like, so I get it. So that's why I just don't gamble. But if you're a gambler, obviously yes, Vegas is the come all be all because it's everywhere. I mean, as soon as you land, they got slots in the airports. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I might be in trouble with the blackjack table.
Yeah, see, so so the blackjack, very one of the most popular games out there. So and it's one of the most affordable games. Like this, right. Yeah. Because Vegas is different. Vegas have like $1, $2 blackjack tables.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not. Really? Yeah, so like you bet online or you go to parks, casinos like that. The tables start at like at least $10.
Wait, what was that? Vegas Vacation where it was like games for like a penny?
Yeah,
yeah. Guess the number. Guess
right.
The number. Yeah,
it was doing rock paper scissors and all that.
Yeah, seriously, man. Yeah, in Vegas though, yeah, they'll have like $1 blackjack, $2 blackjack tables, even $5, like $5 blackjack. You like, and you're like, yeah, I'll definitely play. I'll put like $100 in, it's just like playing blackjack. But of course, because it's small, you're not winning big.
Right. But you're still in it, right? You
but
didn't drop like $1,000 in like 10 hands.
Yeah, exactly. So if you just play the long haul, you'll come walk out with a little bit of money. But it's like I said, that gambling rush thing is real. If gambling's your thing, if the lifestyle of you like to party and just go crazy, yeah, I guess if you like wrestling too, then yeah, it all makes sense. You'll gladly do it, But if you just worry about wrestling and not the aesthetics of Vegas, then I'm trying to tell you, it'll get old very quickly, especially if you already did it before. Like this, I've done it twice, so the third time I'll still enjoy it, but at the same time I'll be like, all right.
You kind of know what you're preparing for though.
Right. It's like going to Disney World. It's like this. You've been to Disney World multiple times, but that third time you're like, all right, man. Shit. It's like more walking shit.
Crazy.
Yeah,
no. So yeah, let's see. Hopefully they, they do in fact announce it. Or I should say confirm it that it will be in Vegas. But yeah, no, I might have to step outside for that one. Like let's see what it's hitting for. Me personally, I would be more for the events that's leading into the WrestleMania weekend, like all the indie shows that's going on, and maybe hit like some of the fan expos that be taking place, like like the WrestleCons, like those type of events. Like I'd be more interested in going to those, and like I like I liked attending WrestleMania last year, but I don't know. It's a different breed in the stadium.
It is. I was at MetLife Stadium when it was Brock and Cena the second time. And, it's cool. It's a great atmosphere. But I've went to fan access before and stuff like that, and meeting wrestlers and autographs and all this other stuff. That experience blew my mind. WrestleMania was cool, but the show itself, it's the atmosphere is great, but the show's a show.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with that too. Like I feel like when it's like more inside there's those open big stadiums. I don't know. I just like feel like you don't feel that like energy that you should feel when it's in more indoor arenas. When you're in an indoor arena, you feel that. Like it's like you rocking. You just like, damn, this is lit. You just feel the energy. Them big arenas, probably because it's outside, but it's bigger. But it just feels different. Even when you watch on TV, like when I watch them wrestling and it's like they're outside and it's like the sunlight is hitting them and everything. I'm like, what is this? Like somebody turn the sun off real quick. Like what is going on? But think of it like this: if now that we got the pretty much year notice that it's going to be in Vegas, start putting away money now.
Yeah,
you'll be able to afford the ticket. To go next year. Just now I don't know about hotels and all that, but you'll be able to afford a flight.
Listen, I mean, look, with everything they got going on right now, like you still trying to sell out MetLife.
Yeah.
I don't think they've yet to start selling like individual tickets for those yet, have they? I think it's just been like the 2-day combos that's been on sale. I
don't think they've sold individual tickets yet. And I'm still like kind of up in the fence on that. Like I would love to go to MetLife. I'm thinking like,
I'm out.
I'm like, I gotta say, because now I switch my schedule. I work that night. I'm like, man, it's a 2-day event. I can make Saturday, but I don't think I can make Sunday.
Yeah, no, that AEW residency caught my eye. I'm like, I need parts. Like need to be there. Shoot. So look, I'd rather pay for that than having to travel down for the SummerSlam. Like, much as I would like to do the SummerSlam, I'm like, nah. That's what 6 days, 6 days of wrestling. Versus 2.
The AEW thing. Tyson, my boy who barely watches wrestling, I got him back into it. He didn't text me about it. He's like, yo, you know that. So AEW's gonna be in South Philly. I was like, yes. It's like he's like, you going to any of them? I was like, probably. He's like, oh man. He's like this. He's like, you gotta check it out. I'm like, who am I talking to right now?
See, Chris's friend, don't talk to him about AEW. He gonna spread lies. A lot of fabricated stories gonna be coming from you. It's like, no.
I'm gonna be like this. Listen, these matches are gonna be amazing, but these stories are gonna suck. This is I'm sorry. They are like they're gonna start and not finish. You're gonna be like, what the hell?
They've been doing a solid job lately. Over the last couple of weeks, they've been doing a solid job.
Like I give them credit where credit's due. Lately, they've been a lot better. They have been. I will give them credit.
I will say they made me a little bit nervous watching Dynamite this week because I felt like while they were selling the Anarchy Arena match, I felt like they were overselling like to a point. I'm like, yo, like save some of this for Sunday. Like, don't nobody need to go through a table tonight. Like, save a little bit of that. Like,
that's kind of been their thing for a while though. It's like ramp it up to that way when people can buy the pay-per-view and all that. But if they go to start doing their pay-per-views on HBO Max, they don't need to do all that.
Right.
Because people could just tap into it and not have to worry about buying it. So
I mean, listen, I give them their props because I mean, let's rewind back to Backlash. Like there was barely much promotion for that. You know what I mean? Other than some of the build up that we had with the main event match, where that was a little bit stale. Talking about between Cena and Orton, like like you had that, but like. I like, AEW's, go home show. Damn, I feel like we're doing exactly what we did last week. We were talking about WWE, and somehow we finessed our way in AEW.
You did a reverse. You know what? You know what I'm talking about. You did a reverse. You know what? All right, we'll let that slide.
No, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean, stick to it, you know what I mean, too long. Pause. But we gonna we gonna talk we gonna talk about double and nothing, you know what I mean, momentarily. But no, like it was a proper go home show as far as leading into Sunday's event. So that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna go dive into all of the detail now. Kind of about to hear Chris now. I'm about, here you go, doing that shit again. Oh boy, like, like nope, like
so Charlotte Flair's black.
Crazy. Nah. By the way, they did have a dope 3-way match tonight. I don't know if I called it on SmackDown with Julia actually picking up the win. Minor spoiler alert for anybody that's haven't watched SmackDown, but yeah, she picked up the win to qualify for the Money in the Bank match coming up. But yeah, that Money in the Bank match is actually shaping up to be something good too.
Yeah, shout out to Zoe Stark, so she recovers.
Yeah, definitely. That
was a rough. I was watching it online. That was a rough landing. That was a bad injury.
Yeah, I saw it when it actually happened, and I cringed. Not near me with the not knowing like she was like she was hurt to that extent. Like I cringed based on the distance where she was. Jumping off of the rope. I'm like, I don't know if she's gonna make that. And what happened? I'm like, damn, like I didn't think she was she's gonna blow her knee out, but the way her leg landed, that was terrible. But definitely prayers and hope she have a healthy recovery. Like, damn, that sucks big time. But let's dive into Saturday night's main event. Going down on NBC, streaming on Peacock, 8 Eastern, 7 Central Time. I'll be honest, I probably won't be watching much of it. No, it's a lot going on Saturday. I probably catch the playback, but it's a okay card, decent card. You know what I mean? To say the least.
These throwaways is so much between we just had Backlash, and now we got Saturday night's main event, and all this stuff is predictable. Like honestly, Orton Cena could have been on here. It could have been on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why you just save it for Saturday night main event? You didn't need it on. I understand y'all wanted to do it in St. Louis because Randy Orton's hometown, but you did for what? He wasn't gonna go over anyway, so why have it there? So
or they could have even had some of these matches on Backlash. What I mean?
That's the thing. Like, okay, so and now we got this once again some throwaway event because you kind of got a gauge of who's going to win these matches. Like, let's be real. You think R-Truth's going over? it's like no, don't do that. You don't do that.
Oh no.
I see what you're saying. Like R-Truth and really Logan Paul's going to be Jey Uso and things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no way in the world it's going to happen. It would be the biggest troll move ever. If Logan Paul was the BJ Uso, oh my God, the internet would like legit die. Like they would people would throw their laptops out, TVs out their houses. Like they would not be able to just fathom him being the world champion.
It's gonna be that miracle moment. Do you believe in miracles?
Don't get me wrong. How it is, I know how WWE is. One day they will put that world title on him. They will. Oh, yeah. Just not yet, not right now.
I don't know. I think Truth Time might be starting to come to a close.
What? Oh yeah, R-Truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's getting. I say he's like I told you, I give him all the credit in the world. He's a guy who, let's be real, he never wrestles, but he's always on TV.
Yeah,
he's the ultimate cheat code. He knew or learned how to keep himself relevant and entertainment. Because not just wrestling, it's entertainment. He understood how to do it to where I'm sure he still gets paid very well. He's been in WWE for a long time now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm sure he's getting paid very well. So he's getting paid very well not to take all these bumps. still travels, do other endeavors he likes to do, and just enjoy what he does. Like I said, he get more screen time than these guys who's taking bumps.
Yeah.
So it's like he's the ultimate cheat code. But eventually it'll start to be like, we don't need him as much on our TVs. Because honestly, I'm thinking about the rewind, say about 8 or 9 years ago. This was Ron Simmons with the damn.
Yeah.
Damn. After a while, it was kind of like, yeah, cool. It served its purpose, but we don't need to see it no more.
Damn,
Yeah.
still pops.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That's it. So it's like, that's what I said, but like, this is probably R-Truth's last, like, far as in-ring hurrah to give him some type of, moment, I guess to call it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, because they gave him his WrestleMania moment already when he won the tag team titles. So I think this would be his singles moment of not actually winning, but just something, I don't know, something happening.
I mean, since we're talking on the match, who y'all got winning?
Oh, R-Truth.
R-Truth's gonna beat his role model, his boyhood idol.
This boy here, man.
Nah, for real. Wait, you said
I got Cena.
Of course Cena's gonna win. And honestly, to make this, we talked about this last week. Richard wasn't here because we was both talking about how two things we don't like about this John Cena. Like Hawk said he doesn't like this championship run, and I said I don't like this heel run. I don't think neither one is working. If you want it,
it's interesting you said that because I was going to say that at some point when it did come up. This has been a very lackluster title run so far, and he went up against Orton. I was going up against R-Truth. I'm thinking, heel Cena isn't exactly as hot as they thought it was going to be, but when you're looking at baby faces too, though, like newer, fresher baby faces, who is there? I mean, Jey Uso has the title on Raw. I was trying to think. I mean, you got Punk, who's in a thing with Seth Rollins now, but even if Punk faced Cena, it's a match that people have seen before, maybe years and years ago. Same thing with Orton and Cena. So it's like, who do you put him in against?
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. Yeah,
that's a very good point. And the thing about it too is, I think there's a lot of aspects of that when it's this. Number one, even though he's a heel, he's not actually doing anything crazy heelish. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's not making people hate him by his actions. It's just he's trying to make people hate him by his words, which isn't getting over because people are like still like starting to love him more than another. They're apologizing to him on camera. Saying, we are sorry. Like this, but he's like, so he didn't change nothing up. He said he felt like he said you don't get the change of my music, you don't get the change of the clothes and all you like this. You get none of that. This is what you get. It's like, no, you should have did all that. You should have did all that to make you understand that I'm no longer. This is what you wanted. You no longer wanted that. The Fruity Pebble John Cena. You wanted this one. You're going to get it, but ramped up to 1,000. So he should have changed up everything, but he's not doing anything heelish, like really, like besides some low blows. But like, so for this heel turn to really start like hitting us, he needs to beat the shit out of R-Truth. Like, I mean, beat the shit out of him. But because R-Truth is so beloved, like by fans and the guys backstage, he needs to beat the brakes off him. Some chairs, Kindle sticks, choke him with something, and like beat the brakes off him, and then have somebody come down for R-Truth's defense. That's somebody who's also beloved, and then beat the shit out of them too. Like he's got to. Like, this is the only way he needs to start working. Like,
I got a theory. I could see the beat down happen, and then I could see maybe like a Cody Rhodes coming out to make the save, like to try to help True.
I could see that, but I'm like, that's the only thing. That's the only ultimate baby face of all baby faces that can go against Cena right now. Right. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how they're going to put him into where.
Or would it be too soon?
About to say, I think it's too soon. Like I was like, not yet. It's like maybe after July leading up into SummerSlam, but like not just yet. because that's too big of a match. We can't just put that. If we do it now, that means you have to put the next match between them like on Money in the Bank or something.
Right.
And you don't want to do that then. You want to wait until SummerSlam.
I mean, look at as limited Cena has been as far as like being on like certain shows throughout television. I mean, they can make it stretch. Well, they've done it before.
They will try, but like, is that what I say? You don't want it to be predictable.
I mean, Cena went heel at the Chamber. It was that February, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't fight Cody until April. So I mean, look, they can stretch it a good 2 months.
But at that point, it was enticing because again, this was him turning heel.
Right.
This was The Rock and Cena, people who were like once upon a time in real life did not like each other.
Yeah,
like it was a personal thing, not just a professional thing. Now they're together, all that. Like I said, it was so much that went against this heel turn. Like he sold his soul to The Rock, and then The Rock went freaking ghost.
Yeah,
I've been rich. I told you, I said Rock is my idol. I love this guy. He can't do no wrong in my eyes. But for this certain situation, he fucking sucks. Like, dude, we needed you for this whole heel turn and storyline to work. And I understand he's one of the most busiest people in the world. But don't get involved in storylines if you know you're not going to be around for any type of payoff.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah.
Completely.
Now he looked like an asshole for announcing WrestleMania in New Orleans, and it got pulled.
Right? I'm sure he's unhappy about that. Honestly, I know he's like, yo, y'all made me look stupid.
He's somewhere in Hawaii, like, then what the fuck y'all called me for?
Yeah.
Like,
maybe I sent everybody in New Orleans some Terramana on him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you can reroute one of those packages over here to Philly. That would greatly appreciate it. So, but we're not gonna go through this entire card. I do want to get your input on this particular match. To me, it's probably the match I'm looking forward to the most. Sami Zayn, CM Punk going up against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Also got a theory to this match too.
It's probably match of the night.
Yeah.
Rich, who you got winning this match?
Well, I don't know. There's been talk, and I've been thinking about Zayn joining Rollins and Breaker at some point and being part of the faction. I don't want to say that it's going to happen yet, but I'm going to go with Seth and Braun. I think they're going to win the match somehow, some way. It probably won't be clean, but I'm going to go. It's a toss-up, though. It's a really good match. It's probably definitely, like Chris said, going to be the match of the night. But I'll go with Rollins and Breaker.
Got you. Chris, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Rollins and Breaker. I just think something's going to happen where miscommunication between Punk and Sammy happens, and either some type of distraction or something. And then if they do it smartly, Braun comes with the spear from hell, and then that leads into the match or like this being that's it, but something to that effect. And Seth, even though he does the spear from hell, Seth is probably going to be the person to pin him because that's like the thing. Like he has to be the focus, the main point of the faction. So Braun hits the meaningful impact move, but Seth is going to be want to make the pin, and he's probably going to be on CM Punk, to be honest. And then he'll, Sammy will be there consoling CM Punk to be like, damn, like, why? But it'll give Seth will give Sammy a look like, yeah, you need to be over here. Like, come on.
Excuse me. Technically, is Punk Raw or SmackDown?
Punk is Raw.
Raw.
He is Raw. Okay. Yeah, you pretty much summed it up how I felt. Actually, all three. I'm about to say all three of you. Both of you. Pretty much, summed up how I feel. I do think there's at some point Sami Zayn is gonna go heel. I definitely could see the whole miscommunication spot, which then, causes them to lose the match. But I do think, they're still going to take some level of Paul Heyman to probably maybe like finesse the brain of Sami Zayn to convince him to join. I mean, the group with him, Seth, and Braun. But yeah, I for some reason I think we will probably get it. But then by the time he does join, that's when we'll be setting up a Sammy versus Jay match. Like, because to me, I think that's probably going to really be their ticket, their golden ticket.
Oh yeah,
to get that going. Oh man, the heat that would be on Sammy though. Whoo! Oh man.
Oh, definitely.
Face Jay against the heel Sammy.
Yeah.
Now that's a match and ticket. I would be like, yeah, take my money.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta see this one how it is. Because as passionate Jay Uso is on the microphone with his promos, he doesn't sell it as good as Sammy does. Sammy just knows how to talk with his passion.
Right.
I mean, very Mick Foley-ish. Very Mick Foley-ish. So it's like he does it so well. So it's like Sammy will sell the hell out of that fight if and when it happens. Like that'll be good.
But the more I'm thinking of it, I think it's gonna be like several hiccups that Sammy may endure, and eventually that's where it's going to get to the point where like he's had enough, and then
this might just be the start of it. This is probably gonna be the start of it.
Right, yeah. And then you can hear Punk like, "Can you trust him? Like, can you trust him? You see what he did? Like, we get that started." But no, I definitely could see that, taking place. And what else we got? And Mr. Yeet Man going up against Logan Paul. I think we all got a clean sweep that Logan Paul gonna win this match, right?
Yep.
Yeah, facts. Sure.
Crazy. Somebody watching like, y'all man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all tripping.
They just turned us off. We were joking.
Right? Like, we joke. Yeah, no, I got Jay winning this like outright. Outright. Look, I don't want to say outright. Next thing you know, somehow maybe this would be that match I was talking about R-Truth having. I'm like, look, do you believe in miracles? And mess around and be Logan Paul winning. Like,
I'm so serious. If Logan Paul is to win this match, the internet will flip all wrestling marks.
You're
gonna have phones broken, laptops broken, TVs broken, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm serious. People will this will make people hate WWE once again. Like that will make like
mad kids crying. Like,
you think people will love WWE right now? They will hate them. They will flip that switch so fast. AEW viewership will go up through the roof.
Shit, the more we talk about it, I kind of want to say, no, I don't want to say that. No.
Like, AEW viewership went up 72% over a weekend.
I'm like, man. Well, all because of Logan Paul won?
Like, AEW had the most pay-per-view buys ever in history.
Right.
500,000 buys.
All because of Logan Paul winning. Like, that would be insane.
Breaking news is Logan Paul cuts his WWE ties and signed with AEW.
bringing the title and everything.
Tony Khan. It was me, TKO. It was me all along.
Yeah, that would be insane. Like, really insane if that were to happen. But that wouldn't happen. Look. He were to pull up the AEW with that title. Triple H would be on a jet like in no time.
God. Like the other Khan man would show up. Nick Khan, you don't want to mess with Nick Khan.
Right. He probably like the big Dom behind the scenes, like, like for the Eagles and whatnot.
Yeah. Nick Khan is the Nick. People understand because we give Triple H all the respect in the world because he knows he's the lead writer and all that stuff. Nick Khan is the most powerful man in wrestling. Nick Khan, if people don't know, Nick Khan is the most powerful man in wrestling. He calls all the shots on a day-to-day basis at WWE.
Shit, now in sports, period.
Yeah,
like, he done tampered into the boxing world now. Like,
Nick Khan is the guy. So, and which is crazy because because you got The Rock with TKO, who's technically above him. So it's like it's so weird. Like that is a 3-way power trip, like no other. It is, but they're making it work, and I'm glad they're making it work. From what I understand, is because even though Nick Khan is kind of ruthless business wise, they far understand he's not a psycho like the old man was. And clearly Triple H is more tapped into what people want. So even though he has his flaws and hiccups, for the most part, he's still doing pretty well as far as what we see on TV each week.
Right.
But obviously The Rock is the unicorn out of this because he's like, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want.
You know what?
It doesn't matter if you like it.
Yeah, The Rock's like, it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. We're gonna do it like this, and they always just have to be like, fine. It's just like it's so crazy. I understand how like I said, Rock's my guy, but I understand how insanely frustrating it has to be.
But you know what? I think there's a legit beef behind the scenes that we're not aware of between The Rock, Hunter, Nick Khan.
No,
Like,
I believe 100%.
I truly, for some reason, I just got this gut feeling like there's a legit beef behind the scenes
100%.
amongst them.
Well, you can kind of see that from like just a standpoint. Think like you're thinking booking wise, right? And storylines, and then you have somebody just jump in and be like, "Well, I want to do this. We're going to do this, this, and this." Kind of throws off your whole flow. I get there being tension. I'd be surprised if there wasn't tension there. That's
like I wonder if Rock even like what the product is today. Like seriously, like think about how he grew up into the business and how him and Austin were pillars as far as like changing the landscape of the business, like going into the Attitude Era. Right. Now while they may have done some some raunchy things, but somehow they still kept the element of wrestling. Not saying that the superstars today aren't doing that, but I don't know. It seems like today's wrestling is a little bit different from the era of wrestling that we were accustomed to. And looking at where wrestling is now, more honestly, it's not even the wrestling, it's the production in its entirety. Like now it's like they're pandering more to the celebrity role status, making it appealing to them for then the mass audience of those who may be big time favorites of those celebrities. Maybe like that would allow them to have like their fan base catch on to today's wrestling. Like I don't know, it's I do think there is a little bit of the missing of like that homegrown feeling, but like that, like I don't know, it's like something's off. And I think there's a good chance Dwayne probably also sees it and probably has a difference of opinion as far as like his role, even including being the final boss, which it still haven't been concluded. Like so like there's so much that he was involved in over like the last year and a half, and we still have yet to get the payoff. And it's like now it's like, okay, I played this safe with Cena making his return because he's on his final run. So it's like, shit, what more do you need me for? That's where it almost seemed like where he's at now. Right. But I do think there's a difference of opinion with the way today's wrestling is.
Yeah, it is. It's just very different from how he came up. And I'm talking about came up just period. He grew up in this, like legit, from his father, grandfather to being on the outside looking in to being on the inside, coming up as a guy who they tried to push to the moon, but then was immediately hated. Then he brought himself up to be to be intentionally this time the most hated, but then all of a sudden because his charisma turned him to one of the most loved. Like I said, him and Austin was always neck and neck. Even like I understand everybody says Austin was number one, which rightfully so he was, but The Rock legit was right there. Like you can't, like if somebody would say, I say to this day, I don't call Rock a number 2. I call him like he was. Austin was number 1. The Rock was 1B. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't a number 2 guy. He was box office. He sold a hell of merch. He had the crowd in the palm of his hands every time he touched the microphone. Like Austin was the physical guy. He was the guy who did all the crazy shit that got him super over. Rock didn't have to do all that. He could talk, and he had everybody just clamoring and waiting to see what he was going to say next. That's what made it so. The dynamic of them two made it so great. But that's the era he grew up in. Like you were saying, now, yeah, obviously it's way, way different now. From like, and it was like I said, it was way more competitive. Even though he was very cool with the Stone Cold, he said in the documentary, he said he understood there can't be 2 number 1 guys. He's like this at that time. That was the mindset. It was like it wasn't room for 2 number 1 guys. He wanted to be the guy, and so now these days, even though you can have a number 1 guy, everybody's cool now. They don't care about like cutting throats and stabbing backs. They just like, look, let the best man win. And Rock's like, F that. He's like, I want to be number 1. That guy trying to take my spot, I'm gonna step on his neck.
Right.
And Triple H came in that same era. So that's why I think him and Triple H for years, honestly, were like this. Because no matter what Triple H did, no matter how good in the ring he was and how over DX Part 2 was and all that stuff, he was never as big and over as The Rock. And I know part of that kills him.
Yeah. Especially from the singles, as a singles competitor, like he was supposed to have been that dance partner with Austin. Honestly, technically, he was supposed to have been the person leading the dance before Austin. And we all know what that story is all about.
Yeah,
right.
But like now it's like, okay, Triple H is the studio. Like he's the club where you now dance. And now like I don't think Rock really likes it. And I think that's probably why I don't know, maybe they accommodated him with the whole TKO position. Shit, if he even really has the position.
I just say, does he have it?
Look, with everything that's going on now, like I'm like, look, did that title even exist? Like,
you can say I sit on the board, but does that mean he make any decisions? Like, does that mean he makes any decisions? Like,
right.
Like this is like, yeah, I do sit on the board. Like, what does that mean?
That just shows you the power of his name, right?
Yeah.
Whether he does absolutely nothing and he's even on the board or just saying his name's on the board, the fact that his name's on the board or they're saying his name's on the board is this huge thing. It was a big deal. It was such groundbreaking news when it happened. So yeah, I mean, regardless of where he is there, his name being in it is just is so big and huge. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's something Triple H, all ego aside. Like, granted, this ain't gonna do some personally, some professionally. You understand? Like, even if he was still wrestling today, Triple H is not gonna outdraw The Rock like this. He's just not. So you need to understand that and see for what it is. Like you not too long ago, Triple H within the last 10 years headlined a WrestleMania for some odd reason with Roman Reigns. And people call it one of the worst WrestleManias ever. Definitely one of the worst main events ever. So his name. So like it just didn't go over. And you're at that point, you're Triple H, you're the CEO, you're the guy. Like it, but it didn't work. Rock does 2 years in a row with Cena and does the biggest pay-per-view buys in WWE history. Why? Not because those matches were good. Both matches were but because it was Rock and Cena, it freaking sold through the roof because it's The Rock. So it's like The Rock is box office. He's always going to outdraw damn near everybody. Let's be real. He will outdraw everybody. That's not damn near. He will outdraw everybody. So it's like, but like I said, I got to understand how frustrating it is. Triple H lives and breathes wrestling, nothing else, no Hollywood shit, no that. He lives and breathes wrestling. And anytime he has something laid out and planned out and ready to go, for The Rock to come in and just be like, nah, I'm not doing that. We're doing it like this. And TKO and Nick Khan just like, yeah, okay. It's like I'm sure this gotta drive Triple H like just wanted like actually grab a sledgehammer and do something crazy to The Rock, but he just has to play nice, and I can understand the frustration in that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that definitely gonna be here. Well, we hope we hear some more. Like, I'm actually shocked Rock hasn't even come out to say anything about Mania being moved. Like, hey, you announced it. But like, look,
He just had a birthday, so happy belated birthday.
That's true.
By the way, to The Rock, we not talking shit, Rock. We love you.
Yeah,
we love you. I'm sure Hawk is toasting you right now with your beverage.
Hey, you never know. You pay me, I'll tell you. So you already know.
Happy birthday to the late great Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah. So I definitely want to circle back on that as far as like the relationship with Triple H and The Rock, like, because I don't know, for some reason I do think something's going on there that that's not being said, but we'll see. All the pieces to the puzzle would eventually will come out, and we'll find out about what's going on.
Random, real quick. Never thought I would say this. Austin Theory is starting to get over.
Yeah, I noticed that. Talking about during that match with Sheamus on Monday.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying attention. I'm like, oh, wait, whoa. Like, either Grayson Waller is that damn annoying or that much of a genius to where Grayson Waller is getting Austin Theory over. Somebody give that man a raise.
Yeah.
I know, I agree. I feel like he was like the missing piece all those years. Now
he really was. He really was. That shows you how good he is as an annoying heel. So they compare him to the next Miz.
Oh yeah,
I agree totally with that. But man, I was like, wait, Austin Theory are they cheering for him?
Mm-hmm. They was going nuts on Monday. I was like, okay. I was like, so see, this is where it starts. Like,
WWE, pay attention.
Yeah, they're gonna drop the ball. It's like, no.
Let's ride this story out 2 more years, see what happens.
Right. But here's the thing. Like, they gotta sell both him and Grayson Waller now. Like, so that's where they gotta sell it. But if you look at today's WWE, for some reason they don't really sell the mid carders like they used to back in the day.
Nope.
Like the mid like, no matter who was on television, it was almost like everybody had equal time to a certain extent. Maybe like, those that were the champions, might have had additional time, but for the most part, like, most mid card, they had almost equal time. But for them, you don't really see too much of the time. Well, I guess it probably won't pan out until the true moment where Austin Theory gets fed up with Grayson.
Yeah, I remember, like I said, once upon a time too, like the real belts mattered. Championships.
I was just about to say that, Chris. Like, the secondary belts were still big championships, prestigious. Yeah. Now it's just it kind of got lost in the shuffle a lot.
Yeah, prestigious championships. No matter what championship belt you had, you were looked at as the guy. Like, man, he has a belt. That means that means he's the best. No matter what division it is, he's the best. Like I said, I give WCW in his heyday the credit in their in the 80s to the early 90s. Like, it don't matter if you was the United States champion, if you was the television champion. If you had those belts, people looked at you like, holy shit, who's that guy? Because he had a championship. So therefore he must be very, very good. And you paid attention. So you looked at guys from to stunning Steve Austin, Google kids.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, what's his name? So stunning Steve Austin, Ravishing Rick Rude, all those guys. Those championships mattered.
Yeah.
Speaking of championships, we got a couple of championships that are on the line. Going on with NXT Battleground Tampa. There's another WWE petty move as far as like with the whole weekend. I think Double or Nothing was mentioned first, and then they decided to do the Saturday night's main event Battleground, Tampa thing.
Yeah.
But this pretty decent card coming up. We got Tony D'Angelo going up against Stacks. I actually like this matchup right here between Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruka, and then we got Mr. Joe Hendry, bringing the TNA title over, to defend it against One Trick Williams. Actually, they just got finished fighting on Under Siege tonight. I think it was Joe Hendry and Elijah picking up the win. So now they had a quick stare down between Hendry and Trick before the cameras cut off for tonight's event. So looking forward to this event as well. That's going on this weekend. So we got a lot of turnbuckle talk for the weekend, man. Obafemi, defending the NXT championship, and Stephanie Valkyr defending the women's championship and going up against Jordan Grace.
Do you think, when do you think the move happens, or does she stay there for a period of time? Stephanie Valkyr, does she stay there for a while? Is she ready for a bump? The only fear that I have is a lot of the females, top talent in NXT, they go to the main roster and then they kind of disappear or just kind of fade in the mid card.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it seemed like they're trying to gradually bring them up in tiers. So now like you just brought up Roxanne, just brought up Julia. So I think Stephanie will probably stick around for a little bit, just to keep her keep her around, especially with the championship. I do think Jordan Grace might be the one next up for the title. I don't think she's going to win Sunday, but I think she might be up. She might be up next to hold that title, because at this point, everyone who I thought may had an opportunity to win the title, they done lost. I thought there was a good chance we might see Jada Parker win the championship, but that didn't happen. But I think they're going. I think it's likely going to be Grace's time. After Valkyrie, if anything, maybe after what? SummerSlam? No. I think they're gonna keep Valkyrie down there at least maybe till next Mania.
Well, do you think that they have her, like you said? Do you think they have her with the championship the whole time, or does she lose it and then feuds back with it and stuff like that, and just stays in the title picture?
Maybe not have it the entire time, but I think she might have it at least up until maybe to the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think she's winning at Battleground. I completely agree with you. So that's my pick for that match.
Yeah.
But I do, Grace is just so good. She doesn't need the title, but I do see her being the next one in line. I'll agree with you on that too, to put the belt on her once the time has come. So, yeah, I'm in agreement with you on everything.
Yeah, for sure. Grace never went to NXT. She should went straight to the main roster. That's one person. We was talking about that with Jade Cargill. Yeah. I stand by. She should have went to NXT first. She definitely should have went to NXT first.
Amen.
You could see the results and what was when she first started. She should have started NXT first. What's her name? But look, she's been in there for a while now and has not done much of nothing besides tag team titles with Bianca. And it's her association with Bianca why she remains so relevant. Let's be real. What's her name? But she's doing better now. I don't get me wrong. I'm just keeping honest, people. Jade Cargill fan. I said it 2 years ago. She's gonna be a huge star. This is when she was still in AEW. I said she's gonna be the next big thing, and I stand by that. I still think she's gonna be the next big thing. What's her name? But as far as Stephanie goes, she's amazing. She has a look that to the eyes we're going to pay attention. being politically correct. You know, we're professionals over here.
Definitely.
So we're going to pay attention. But what's his name? But she also can go in the ring, man. She's so damn good.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like, so when she gets on that main roster, like just think about the matches you can have with Io Sky, freaking Bianca, Charlotte. Like it's like this is a bunch of matches. I would love to see her and Rhea. Like that would be a match I would love to see. And so it's like, so when she gets up there, it's gonna be really good. She, like I said, I don't know if they're gonna keep her a whole year till the next Mania. They might bring her up before that. So either if she's not there to debut by Survivor Series, she'll definitely show up by another like Royal Rumble appearance. What's his name?
Yeah.
At that point, they might bring her in because by that time, think about it, that's a long time. So they're gonna need some fresher faces to be on the main roster, because like after a while, like love her to death, but unless we revamp Bianca's character, it's gonna get old. Like we need to do something different with her. People have been tired of Charlotte forever now, so we can't keep doing stuff with her. People starting to get a little wary of Bayley. They're always gonna love her because it's Bayley. We always gonna love her forever.
I think Bayley out.
But that's what I'm saying. Bayley might be on the way out to go be with her best friend, which is fine. Which I honestly totally understand and think she should do. But like this, but it's time for Tiffany and to go to the next level. Time for Io. Io's already at the next level, but she probably would go even higher. Give what's the name? My girl Kairi Sane. Finally, give her the shine she deserves. Yeah, because she's amazing in the ring, but. Asuka's she gonna return, but Asuka's one of my favorites, but she's getting up there to where she might start to wear down a little bit. Like this, like Rhea Ripley is the ish, and she will be for a very long time because she's sneaky young. But but after a while, like I said, you get kind of stagnant and tired of seeing the same old. So we're gonna need those Jada Parkers, those Lola Vices. We're gonna need those people to come up and be the fresh faces and give us something different, So Ruka's like it's like WWE is very spoiled with women talent. It just how they use it is going to be the demographic for everything.
You know what? Before we jump into AEW, like I think WWE is due for an invasion spot. Like there hasn't been an invasion spot in a while. I don't think we had an invasion spot since the year of the Survivor Series when they had like teams Raw team versus against Team SmackDown and Team NXT. Like I think it's time for one of those invasions to happen, so that way it gets those like the names of like those NXT talent on the main roster, and it gets them buzzing a little bit more. Like I would like to see that. Maybe that's just a personal, fandom, thought, but I think it will work right now, especially with with the talent that's developing as we speak in NXT. Like to me, I think those that's really on television now, like they can really go, and it's just all about getting that exposure now, and they're kind of limited as far as like. When it comes to actual shows, so it's like not a lot of live events that's going on like on the main roster side of things, but like it's going to take for the NXT talent to somehow get on like the Raw on Mondays or the SmackDown on Fridays, like at some point. You're on mute, Chris.
I wasn't saying that. I was just shaking my head.
Got you. Sorry.
I would love to see that too. With TNA and NXT though, they seem to be working show by show.
Yeah,
see like a little bit of like an invasion angle there. But I'm all for it. I think the main roster on WWE needs some type of shakeup. I completely agree with you.
Yeah,
I'm just very, as Chris said, just stagnant, kind of just.
Especially SmackDown, they need something to give them a shot of adrenaline because right now it is bad. It's very boring. It's very tedious. Like you got talent on there, but it's something that's just not taking it to to that next level. And so an Invasion Eagle will be probably very beneficial to him, or just something that goes left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know,
Right.
something, somebody just like somebody do a crazy shoot promo or something to just have the fans like, what the, did you see that? Like, it got to go viral. If it goes viral, that's it. We off to the races.
Right. Yeah, I think it's across the board. Like, even with Raw, like some of the things that's just going on, like it's just like it just don't. I don't know. It's like something's missing. Like there's not that Stone Cold Austin 316 excitement.
No, like that must see, drop everything to watch type.
Right.
I call that the Cody effect. Since Cody's been gone, everything's went to shit. Just putting it out there right now. Since Cody's been gone, be real.
And Roman.
Everything's with the shit. It's like, Cody, come
and
back.
Roman.
And, yeah. Since Cody has been gone, everything's went to shit. Like, yeah. Telling you, when he goes heel, man, wrestling's gonna be good. Wrestling's gonna be real good.
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's the Cody effect and it's the Roman effect.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely Roman too. I'm just talking shit.
I know.
Yeah. But that's what sucks though. It shouldn't be that way. Right. I know it shouldn't be like if you lose your two top stars, it'd be right now your two biggest baby faces in wrestling right now. Of course, if you lose them, it's gonna be. It would have been like if Austin and Rock left, which did happen when Austin retired and Rock went to Hollywood. It was a big void in wrestling for a minute. We didn't know who to put our trust in. It's like they wanted to put it in Kurt Angle,
right?
But he had his personal issues going on, but also too, even though he was the most amazing in-ring talent we ever seen, he still wasn't that number one crazy must-see TV guy.
Right.
He was just a great guy to watch. He was that guy, mechanical wise, wrestling, like even entertainment wise. He had all the things you wanted, but it just didn't translate to top merch, top ticket seller like Austin and Rock did. So you didn't know what to do. That's why Vince brought up who's going to be the next guy to take over, because he knew he needed something, because he knew what Rock and Austin
who's going to bring that ruthless
aggression. Yeah. So it's like, so if Cody and Roman's not here, who's going to be that guy? They could say Jey Uso. Jey Uso's rocking, which he is. But that's the thing, right? But like I said, I tell people all the time, it's the difference between being a superstar and being hot. He's a superstar now. I don't give you, you're world champion, I call you a superstar, but he's teetering. It's like, is he still that number one guy that's selling tickets? If Jey Uso was the headline WrestleMania next year, are you putting all your eggs in that basket? Are you saying, yes, Jey is going to be the headliner? And if he is, who is he facing to where you're going to say, yeah, I want to see that match? Like, right. It has to be somebody, honestly, who's a bigger name than him. Because this is the only way it's going to sell. Like this, you got to have a guy who's absolutely a draw. So there's a difference between being hot and being a draw. Like this, like Austin draw, Rock draw, Flair, right. Hogan, what's his name, Shawn Michaels and Brett in their days, they were draws. Like this, saying Sting, Goldberg, they were draws. Like we need people who's going to bring that out of I will drop everything to go see that guy, see that girl. You know what I'm saying? Rio is a draw. What's the name? Bianca is a draw. Freaking in her day, even though she couldn't wrestle for shit, Sable was a draw. What's the name like this? But that's what I'm saying. They're mad about talent. They were draws.
Right.
Brock Lesnar, the ultimate cheat code draw in his time. You know what I mean? Like,
let me ask you, not to cut you off. Like, what's your stance on Seth Rollins right now?
He is not a draw. He's not. I'm sorry. Like he's never been.
So do you think his entrance overshadows like his overall gimmick?
It's always we talked about that before. We said when does it get to the point where we stop that entrance? Because right now especially now he's a heel, that entrance should have been gone. that because he's still doing he's pandering to the fans, even though he's the heel. Even though I know he's trying to be that in between of I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a guy who's telling the truth, and I was like it's weird, but you're a heel.
No, you're supposed to piss off the fans as a heel,
Yeah,
not be
Yeah, like you're still pandering to him with the like no, you're a heel now. That entrance needs to go, number one. And number two, like I said, the entrance is, like I said, it takes away from him trying to be this certain elite guy, because now it just seems like a gimmick. It's like it goes to like he's one of the best in-ring talents we've ever seen. He can wrestle with anybody.
yeah.
But once again, he is not a draw. He's not. He's entertaining, and I just all that stuff. Like I said, by saying like Jey Uso with the yee was Seth Rollins. Oh, take that away. Take that away.
No, I'm with you.
Are they draws? Can they headline WrestleMania? If it was Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso at WrestleMania right now, like this, are people dying to see that match? No, they're not. They want to. It would be an interesting match, but I'm not flying to Vegas to see that match. I'm not. You got to.
One person I will fly anywhere to see, and that is
Goldberg.
That is Jacob Fatu, our boy, man. That guy.
There you go. Draw. Must see TV. See, you get what I'm saying now? You get what I'm saying? The difference between somebody who's hot, who's a draw. Jacob has a secondary title. He's not a heel or a face. He's just a badass. But that man is a freaking draw. Yeah. I mean.
No, it's and Solo has taken a back seat, and he's become secondary just because of Jacob Fatu being there. Even that wasn't the setup initially, but it just happened because of the way Jacob Fatu is and perceived by the fans. And listen, not everybody followed MLW and everything. When he got to WWE, everybody saw him for what he was, the talent that he was, and he just overshined Solo, which, don't get me wrong, during that whole Roman Solo thing, it was a good feud. He didn't do bad, but Jacob's just another level. Getting to your point of draw as opposed to somebody that can, just hot.
Well, me and Hawk been new of Jacob Fatu, so we already knew what was coming. Like I said, I was like, all right, the wrestling is one thing. I said, don't let that man talk. So I was like, you let him talk. That's it for Solo.
Oh yeah.
And once he started talking, I was like, well, that's it.
And you can, Solo, and it's so obvious with the crowd. They don't give a shit what Solo says. Everybody's just listening. Whenever he takes the mic, Jacob takes the mic, everybody goes crazy. They want to hear what he has to say. Nobody gives a shit what Solo says. Really.
He came in. He already has his freaking slogans.
Yeah.
I'm all gas, no brakes. And look, when he says it, the crowd jumps in with him. Yada yada me, 5, 2. Like I'm like, God, Solo, just go.
That's like on tonight's SmackDown. He was talking to both Solo and JC in the back.
Mateo.
And he was
about to say it wrong.
No, I wasn't gonna say it at all. I was just saying JC.
JC.
I knew it was Mateo though.
That's a weird name. I'm sorry. Just
JC Mateo.
JC Mateo, like Jesus.
But no, like what's the name? Solo was getting ready to hit Jacob line. He was like, no, don't even say it. He was like, plus you've been saying it wrong. That was a nice, cool little moment between the two. But real quick, no, I don't want to be a downer on Oos, but I think there's still a little ways to go before he actually gets to where he's the draw. Like I think people are happy he's on the bill at the moment, but I don't think he's at the draw yet.
No,
like, I kind of agree with you on that. Like I say, I didn't say he's the guy. I remember I said the difference. I didn't say he's the guy. I say he's a draw. Roman Reigns is the guy. Cody Rhodes is the guy. But Jacob Fatu is a draw. He's a guy. Remember, just because you're not in the number one seat does not mean you're a draw. What's name? He is the draw, and he doesn't need a catchy entrance or none of that. He just comes out there. He beats a badass. He's like say he's this super. We call a super heavyweight. This is big guy who's athletic as hell, who can freaking brawl. He can wrestle. Got the aura, all that stuff. He's a draw, and when he gets that top slot, just get ready, man. This is gonna be something cool to watch.
It's interesting too because you could see certain people that WWE protects when they come in. Jacob Fatu is one of them. You see his matches; he's a U.S. champion. So, to me, I always look at that as like, how does the organization look at that talent? If they're protecting them, if they're trying to push it, they see something in him, something there. I agree with you. I don't think he's there yet to be the top bill, but man, he will be one day. That's for sure.
Yeah, when him and Roman tag team against Solo and Mateo, yeah. He'll be there. Like that's what it's gonna come down to. I'm predicting the feud. You know what I mean? It's what we do. But
cut that check. Cut that check,
right?
WWE. I guarantee you this is going to happen within the next 3 months.
It's
Give us our check.
Quite a few checks need to be cut.
Goodness.
I think some folks be listening to us and then, you know what I mean, replicating what we say on some of their stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
we just don't got a legal team to back our stuff. That's what it is. They know we still on the come up. So they don't know we watching them.
I mean, look. All we got is YouTube and could utilize the timestamp. So when they go on and talk, like, wait a minute, I said that on Friday at 11:30. That but just talking shit a little bit, but let's close on out with Double or Nothing going down on Sunday as well. It's crazy both AEW and NXT running all about around the same time, but AEW got about 10 matches, so I think Battleground had about 6, so you got time to tap into AEW if you're going to be watching the show on Sunday night. But
I think they've gotten better, AEW, with some of the storytelling and things. It's just their shows are just so long. They're so long. It's just either make less matches or shorten it up a little bit. It's just to me, it's just a long. Every pay-per-view was just really, really long.
Yeah. Although they're quality matches.
Oh yeah,
really good. But it's like, goodness gracious, like really, y'all couldn't hold this over the Dynamite. But I'll be honest, for this particular card, I was getting a little concerned as far as how the matches were going to be put together. Looking at it now, it's like, it's good card. I know everybody that's on the card is going to show out no matter what. But I think this is where we're really getting ready to see that launch to All In, in Texas. That's all going down in July. I think after this show, we're really going to see all right, what Tony got planned as far as planting the seeds for those in the title picture, like we know in the Owen Hart Cup, it's Ospreay and Hangman, battling to the winner gets the main event match at All In. So matches like this, Mercedes going up against Jamie Hayter, I think those two alone was going to be some crazy ass match. Yeah.
One match I'm looking forward to that I think is going to be a great match, even though it's not a championship or anything. I'm looking forward to Mark Briscoe and Ricochet. I think that's going to be a damn good match.
The stretcher match.
The stretcher match. I think that's going to be a damn good match. Both of those guys could go.
Yeah.
See this card. It does on paper look amazing. Once again, I'm like, man, this shit is not going to end until 3:00 in the morning.
That's what it is. It's at least to midnight.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be close to midnight. But see, it's not gonna matter for them because they're in the West Coast. They're
that's what I'm saying.
Phoenix.
Sun's still gonna be up. They're gonna hit the California Strip afterwards. Like,
but no, like this definitely gonna be a good event. Shoot, this match, I'm looking forward to this one. Okada and Speedball.
That's gonna be a really good match. Like a really good match.
Yeah, like at first I was a little nervous, like how they were developing this card, but then like after a while I'm like, like okay, like the names don't scream, but everybody that's on the card put in work.
I'm happy to see Speedball Mike Bailey where he is right now.
Same.
Just following him on the indie scene and just the talent he is and all the work he's put in, to see it pay off and him being on a main card in a championship match like this, phenomenal.
Agree. Totally agree. What you about to say, Chris?
I'm saying all these people are hungry, so it's like this is gonna be a good match just because everybody just like they said, ready to show out. So those are the cards that usually turn out to be some of the best cards of the year because everybody's just like, what, this is the match where we're just all gonna show up.
Right. Yeah, and then you got the Death Riders and the Young Bucks going up against Kenny Omega, Willow Nightingale, Swerve, and the Ops. I love the name of them being the Ops.
The Ops.
That's funny. I swear Samoa Joe comes up with these names.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I totally believe it.
Definitely come with these names. What's his name? This match is going to be amazing, but at the same time, a part of me feel like it's so much going on. I'm like this. I was like, this is a lot.
Oh yeah,
this is a lot.
It's going to have to hold up to its name, Anarchy in the arena. So you remember the last Anarchy in the arena match, like with the it was the Blackpool Combat Club. I think they was all going up against actually they was going up against the Elite, if I'm not mistaken.
The Elite, yeah, they go against the Elite.
Yeah, so like that was a crazy ass match. I think one notable spot about that, aside from being a crazy ass match, they was having the battle of the music being played throughout the entire match.
Oh yeah.
Well, play my music.
Play my music.
But this is definitely gonna be good. I like seeing Willow and what's her name, Maria, getting their time in, being able to be a part of this match too. So it's like pretty much I think though everyone that's involved in this match are like those of that at a level where Tony like really values them,
Yeah, it's gonna be something like these are pay-per-views where I think things start to come together. I mean, like this, because it's gonna be like because the whole Death Riders angle and everything, it's finally starting to make a turn of like, all right, now it's interesting because it was I don't care what nobody said. This Death Riders angle has been shit like since day one. Like the first week or two, it was cool. Like, after that, it just became. They went from being badasses to almost like dorky heels, like pseudo, like borderline Judgment Day. Honestly, like it was like weird. It was like I was like, wait a minute, are y'all tough guys or not? What y'all doing, beating up old men? Like nobody cares about this. Like what is like y'all tough guys? Y'all beating up dudes in their 70s or whatever how old they are? Like no. But now it's starting to come together. It's looking good. You add in the the Elite with the Bucks being these annoying ass heels tag team.
Don't forget EVPs.
EVPs. Like it I didn't think that would work, but it does. It really does. And it's like cool. And you throw Swerve out of what they screwed over Swerve, which just puts honestly, people was like ready to scorch earth over that from Swerve not going over and being Moxley, but it boosted him even more. So it actually was genius. Like, because I was that, which I was like, what the? And I was like, nope. I took a step back. I was like, this is actually genius. It actually boosts him up even more. So when his time comes back to win the title, it's gonna be even a bigger deal. So I get it. They want Ospreay to go over and All In. So I get all that. So like this, so with Samoa Joe and everything, like I said, I'm glad Willow and my girl
Maria.
Saphir is finally they get some shine, man. Willow is one of my favorite female wrestlers in wrestling, period, right now. Not just
Same.
like this. She is one of my favorites. She is so good. A true baby face to his core. She's really, really good. I'm glad she's getting a shine. I can't wait for one day when they finally put the world title on her, which I'm gonna say within the next year. I'll say it'll come in within the next year, after the Tony Storm thing starts to die down. This match is gonna be interesting. Like I think it's gonna live. I think it's definitely gonna live up though. I think this match is gonna live up to the name. I think Maria and Willow are gonna give their all to show that they should be in the spotlight every single time there's a pay-per-view. So it's going to be good. And Omega is gold. He's always on go. So this is going to be a very interesting thing. I'm going to see what Claudio does. That's my guy. Always been my guy. So I'm going to see what crazy thing he does in this match because it's going to be a spot where he does something crazy. You know what I mean? So I just can't wait to see what it is. So
I think it's almost – go ahead, my fault.
And, of course, Moxley and what's my man name from Philly?
Yuta.
Chances are they're gonna bleed like freaking crazy. Like, I don't know. They said they're trying to calm down on the blood, but not for this match. They're gonna gush all over the place.
Shit, I was watching Dynamite. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, is Moxley bleeding before he even got into the ring? Like, I couldn't really tell.
Yeah. Well, he ran into Goldberg in the back. Goldberg's like, dude, you got to hit your head on the locker first. He's like, all right.
You got to get concussed before you get in there. That's the whole point,
Like, how do you guys wrestle without being concussed first?
Right. Like, I was looking, I was like, wait a minute. Like, I was like, is he bleeding? Like, I couldn't tell. I was like, maybe it could have just been like old scratches or something, but like it looked like he was starting to bleed before he even got into the damn ring. I'm like, damn, dude. Like, well, look. I just tapped the forehead, like, oh, I'm bleeding.
I say that scar tissue, man, just touches his skin and it bleeds.
Right. So since we're on this one, who y'all got winning this match?
For storyline purposes, I would like for Death Riders and the Young Bucks to win. So I'm gonna go with Death Riders and Young Bucks.
I'm going to go the same with Death Riders and Young Bucks because these type of things, typically Moxley, the team he's on, last year was Blackpool. They always seem to come out ahead on these type of matches, so I'm going to go with that too.
I'm actually going to go on the other side with y'all. I'm gonna go with Omega, Willow, Strickland, and the Ops. And
I want them to win. I just think the Death Riders and Young Bucks are the ones that are going to win.
And I got Strickland picking up the pin.
That's sweet.
And I would love for that to happen. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah,
I would love for that.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that because I think what's going to end up happening is, again, this is just me playing bookie. Like while Ospreay may win the Owen Hart Cup, may or may not win. But I can see whoever, wins that match. I can see Swerve kind of having a little bit of an issue with whoever, wins that match and, still trying to make a case as far as being in the title contention going into All In. But I don't think he's going to get the title shot, but I think, he's going to, still try to make his case as far as being able to be a part of the title match. But the EVPs will end up shutting it down, and then he might circle back with a feud with them. I see something like that. Maybe both him and Omega might actually, might be walking into the next match, All In. Omega Swerve going up against the Bucks.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah. Hire me. That's what I do. Say no. But no, definitely looking forward to that match. Hurt Syndicate going up against the Sons of Texas. We ain't gonna spend much time on. I got the Hurt Syndicate winning this match.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
Clean sweep right there.
Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, now All Elite. I'm actually going with Tony winning this match. Who y'all got?
Same here.
Same.
Yep.
I'm actually going with Tony Storm.
Oh, I was about to say, wait, what?
I was like, wait. Yo, my face almost froze. I was like,
no, Tony Storm all day.
Man, who you got? And then the women's tournament final of the Owen Hupp Foundation tournament, Mercedes Moné going up against Jamie Hayter.
Really, really good match.
Yeah. Me personally, I think this is gonna be match of the night.
You gotta say it might be top 2. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I got this.
For all this shit people have been talking about Mercedes since she debuted on AEW, lately she's been killing it. Her matches have been really, really good. Character-wise, has been really, really good. Yeah. I think she just had to find her footing and who she is and her character into this world of AEW, because I don't care what anybody says. Even though everybody are wrestling fans, wrestling fan bases are different. Yeah. And the diehard AEW fans are different from WWE diehard fans. Even though they might like both products, the fan bases are just different. So she had to translate her style into the AEW fan base. And now you can see she's starting to do it because she's killing it right now. So, and Jamie Hayter is always good as any type of in-ring opponent. So this match is going to be one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah. Like what you said, as far as like her translating her style, like in the AEW ring, I think it does help. You know, like we talk about those dance partners, and I think as of late, like her dance partner's been getting me some really good, talent. And of course, Jamie Hayter being one, like she could, she could work in the ring. I think with that, now being it, helping her out with this run. Man, I've been torn on this one all day. I was thinking about this one. I'm like, damn, like I want to say Mercedes because it does set up perfectly for both her and Tony Storm, but I think Jamie Hayter, I think she's still got this fire that can still work. Where, not saying she gonna beat Tony Storm, but I think she might be one of the more qualified. Not saying Mercedes not qualified, but just looking at the future of AEW over the next couple of months, and then you got Forbidden Door over in the UK later this year. I don't know, like would they dare let Hayter win, to carry the title over? In Forbidden Door, like.
I mean, if anybody could, she could, because even though Tony Storm is a superstar, I was talking about draw. She's in that draw territory.
That's a draw.
Sure.
Talking about NXT, WWE dropping the ball with her, man.
Yeah, she's a draw all day. What's name? Hayter is like really loved and respected.
Yeah.
Meaning, I like not just in the States, but especially outside the States.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So if you put that title on her, you're honestly in good hands with doing that because of the respect she has outside of the States. And with the Forbidden Door thing, because it's usually a interpromotional type thing, I think it would actually translate pretty well, because you have another person who can go in the ring,
right,
and be and represent that. Being your world champion is going to be something amazing. So, like, Tony Storm is just so over. I don't think nobody ever wants to see her lose the title because they just love her. But it's like, eventually you just gotta throw your ball, get past the ball to somebody else who is going to be just as good and just as big. So, Hayter could do it. I'm not saying she's going to go over tomorrow, but she could. And if she did, I wouldn't be upset at all. What's his name? Like, I still think Mercedes is kind of the lead runner for the person who's going to take the belt off Tony. Like if it's like percentage wise, you know, Hater's probably 47% to do it. What's his name? But like, but Mercedes is just a little bit more. It's just like sometimes you just got to go with the name. Like honestly, like if you're gonna build something and put money out there for something, sometimes you just got to put your money into the name. And Mercedes' name just holds a lot more weight right now than Jamie does. I mean, so I'm going to side in this match on Mercedes, but by a hair. I mean, a hair. It's not a like, yeah, she's definitely like, it's going to be like if she wins, it's going to be like, she barely won that one. Like,
we're gonna put a foot on the rope.
Yeah, but it could be, even though Hater was already a champion, this could be like a coming out party for her. Let people truly remind people how amazing she is.
Now, Mercedes never lost in AEW a singles match, correct?
That's correct.
No, she hasn't.
Yeah, well, first off, I wanted to say Mercedes Moné has been doing great work, and I know I was critical of her when she first came to AEW and the stint that she had in New Japan, but she had injuries, she had other things. Now that she's wrestling more regularly, she, like you said, found the footing. She's putting on some really good matches. I'm going to go with Mercedes Moné for two reasons. Number one, I don't think the first loss is going to happen other than her losing the championship, the TBS championship. It means too much to have it go here. Number two, if she wins here and she drops the championship, well, now you push up to the next level with Toni Storm, which is ultimately the goal. So I think for both of those reasons, while it's going to be a great match, I'm going to go with Mercedes Moné for those two reasons.
Yeah. All good points. All good points.
So which means he's going with
Mercedes Moné.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm rolling with Jamie Hayter. Like, I don't know. For some reason,
if she wins that, even though this probably leads to a women's championship match, I don't know. Because I'm not gonna deviate from their system.
To me, I feel like this could be a safe loss for Mercedes. Like it's a non-title, like the TBS championship not on the line. So it's like, while it would be like her first singles loss, but like she still got the TBS championship. So therefore, but then you know what? It might be Mercedes to win, because like just thinking about it, it's like, all right, like technically, who would actually feud with her after this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who would it be?
There's really no one.
Like there's no one for her to feud with, and it's like, unless you throw Willow back in there as the person to take the TBS title off of her, or you have Hayter run it back after the fact, and then she wins the TBS championship. Now that I was thinking that. That was honest. I was thinking that. I was like, because Mercedes wins by a hair, like hair, and Hayter comes back like, I had you, like you lucked up. I had you, but I promise you, if you give me a match, and this time for your TBS championship, I get like this. I know I can beat you. Mercedes beats her typical CEO cocky self. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I don't care, because like this, you know what? I'm so confident. I know I can beat you again, and I'm off the bigger and better things anyway, because I'm going for the women's championship, blah, blah, blah. And then she does it and has her first loss against Jamie Hayter, loses her TBS championship. Freaking confidence goes down the tank, but then comes back with a mean streak and beats the shit out of Toni Storm. AEW, I hope you, like, seriously, I'm right there. Be my Cash App or like check or address to send a check. Like, we're doing this. Just give us just put us on the team.
Cut the check. Just cut the check. For real. But all right, let's wrap this one up. We already pushing 149 mark. But the men's tournament final, Ospreay and Hangman going toe to toe. Winner gets a title shot at All In.
Another good
match. Yeah. This one, this is probably my second favorite to me of the event.
I'll start off. I'm going to go with Ospreay just because. I mean, it could go either way. Maybe it's just I want to see him win this and get pushed into the title contention. But that's who I'm going to go with here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go next, King. I want to hear what you say. Finish this out. Yeah, I'm going to Ospreay on this guy. I think it's been like subliminally written from day one. He's going to be their guy. You know, that they want to like be the like one of the big faces in the company, because he is like, he's been voted like the best wrestler, you know, PWI and all that stuff. So like we know he's going to be the guy. And we all know they kind of penciled him in for All In to main event and all that stuff. So like, so we know it's coming. Like we do. But then we just didn't know who his dancing partner was going to be. Right. So I'm gonna go Ospreay on this one too. And honestly, well deserved. He definitely should be the guy to be the main event and world champion eventually, because he's just that freaking good. So yeah, definitely Ospreay on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna complete the sweep. I'm going with Ospreay as well. I'm just looking at it from the long term sense. His promo this past week, how he talked about, how much this means to him, especially one, getting the title shot at All In, but also being able to represent his country at Forbidden Door. A few months down the road. So I think, this is that seed that's being planted for him to take that next step, possibly to throw Moxley at All In. I mean, we'll see what happens then. But then if he were to do it, just give him that opportunity to raise the championship over at Forbidden Door. But I got him winning the men's tournament final and taking his talents to Arlington for All In in July. So
we all agree.
Yeah, I think it's the first one. Say no.
No, we've been pretty consistent. We've agreed on a lot of.
This is the first time in a long time, which is good. People just say you can not agree on everything and still be like, okay, cool. Nah, you're a fucking idiot. We don't know what you're talking about. You don't know wrestling.
Although I don't agree with y'all Mercedes Jamie Hayter one. I'm going with Jamie Hayter.
Man, you just said, man, it might be Mercedes.
I know.
Listen, I respect that. Okay, man. You said it from the beginning. You're not switching course. That's cool, man. I respect that.
I don't know. It's just something about that match where I don't know. I'm telling you.
Like I said, it's probably going to be top 1 or 2 matches of the night. It's going to be an amazing match. Both girls are going to show out. Jamie Hayter is probably going to give the best performance of her career. Mercedes is going to bring it like she always does, because she, like I said, she's been on fire at these last like 6 to 8 months. And about to say, it's just gonna be a really, really good match. Whoever wins is just like, and honestly, it's just that their stock is gonna go up. So just can't wait to see how it turns out. I'll be honest. Like, so it's just gonna be cool. Like I said, Jamie's the one, like, she's really loved and respected, not only in the States, but like a lot outside the States. So
yeah,
she's somebody that definitely can invest their time and money into.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So, all right, gentlemen, we are at the 1 hour 53-minute mark on a dot. Whew, goodness gracious!
This is the longest show we did in a minute.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. It's a lot of wrestling.
I was about to say, with all the wrestling that's going on, like
a lot of wrestling this weekend, guys.
It makes sense. So, but I don't know. We depending on, well, I doubt it. If Double or Nothing ending by 12, I don't think we may not do a post show. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'll be at work, so
yeah. So I mean, if we do, we'll keep everybody informed. If we were to do it or not, but other than that, another week, I'm tired.
Good, right?
I'm tired. Got a lot to do tomorrow and get back to the turnbuckle talk. So, gentlemen, any last words before we kick out of here?
Okay, Chris.
Shout out to all the teams who try to get rid of the push. It ain't happening, bitch. We ain't going nowhere. Ha, ha,
right.
Ha.
No, big facts. Real quick, shout out to NWA and the Crockett Cup last week. Phenomenal show. Prior to the actually, opening bell, everyone was informed it was like close to 19 matches on the card, but definitely was a hot card. I mean, not hot card, hot crowd. For majority of the evening. Definitely a lot of praise for Natty, stepping in the ring with Kenzie Page. Shout out to Kenzie Page too. Like they definitely showed up and showed out during that event. But no, like all in all, like dope card. For anyone that follow me on my platforms, definitely check out both Twitter and my Instagram with some of the quick interviews, quick hits that was taking place at the media scrum prior to the show. But definitely keep a lookout. NWA, they got some pretty decent talent over there. So we'll love to have more talent come more here on the Still Steps. Talk that turnbuckle talk and get things going in the future. So but yeah, no, appreciate all the opportunity being a part of last week's show. Pretty dope card. Yeah, so but yeah, just wanted to share that out. So all right, fellas, we're gonna get on out of here. This was Still Steps, powered by All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Mr. Rich Michaels, Mr. Moyo Fit Chris Wilson. I should have put my title on. I thought about it. You know what I mean? Fresh cut day. You're gonna bring the chant back on. It's all right. We're gonna be back. I am Politic and Hawk, and we'll holler at y'all next week. Till then, peace.